Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's tutorial is on this look right here. It is a half cut crease. I have not done a cut crease anything in forever, and I got super inspired by the Nubian 2 Juvia's Place palette that I just got at Ulta, because they're now selling them at Ulta, and I'm super pumped about it because it's been one of my favorite eyeshadow palette brands for a while, and it's so much easier to get them now that I can just get them at Ulta. So definitely check them out. They're super affordable, but I love how this turned out. I know I'm doing a lot of makeup tutorials recently, but I'm digging it and I'm getting inspired, so I'm just rolling with it. So starting off this look, I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes with my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, and this is just going to make sure we have a really good base to work from, to where all of our eyeshadows blend and stick very well, considering this is going to be a very precise look. Then jumping into my Kat Von D basic palette, this is just her matte white shade. The reason why I'm using this is because this is the lightest shade I own, and I want to make sure this is very clean cut and it has a matte finish to it, to where all of our matte shades blend out super well. Then I'm jumping into my Nubian 2 palette, and I'm taking the shade Madagascar, and it looks super taupe in the palette, but it's a little bit more yellow tone when you put it on your skin, so it blends really well with like purple tones, or just like blending out the edges of anything on the warmer side. And I really like how it blended with the tones in this palette. So I'm just creating our crease shape and dragging that out a little bit, and then I'm going into Jezebel. This is a pretty like plum shade, and I'm going to build this one because I'm going to use it as a little bit of a transitioning shade as well. So I'm just going to use this on a slightly smaller fluffy like flat brush, to where I can chisel just underneath that first Madagascar shade in my crease area and create that outer V shape, trying to keep it off that front portion of my lid. It's not the end of the world if you do get it on there, because we're going to use concealer to clean it up later, and I'm going back and forth between the two shades to blend it out. Then I'm going into Kenya. This is a really pretty rich chocolatey brown. This is going to deepen up that plum shade and going to tie everything together. I'm not necessarily going for a purple tone with this look. I'm just going for more of the rose shades, and that's going to give it to us. This is just going to tone everything down and deepen everything up. Then I'm using my Inglot All Covered Concealer, and I am cleaning up that front half of my lid area and giving a really sharp cut crease in the front portions. So I am just following the natural shade of where my crease is. I have a pretty big eyelid, so I don't have to extend mine anymore. If you have a small eyelid, I would recommend doing a little bit more. Then I'm going into this nice light almost like pink toned champagne color, and I'm popping that over top of the concealer with a smaller like precision flat brush, and I'm going to blend out those edges a little bit, just dragging it a little bit into that purple. Then I'm going to flip back to my brush that I used on our middle shade and just diffuse out that line. Then I'm going in with my Milani kohl eyeliner, and I'm lining my tight line and my waterline, because I will be smoking out my waterline later. So just make sure you give a good coat to your waterline especially. And I really like the way these tones look with my green eyes. It really made them pop. So if you've got green eyes, this is the look for you. And then I'm going in with my Wet n Wild H2O Proof Liquid Eyeliner, and I'm doing a big ass wing because you guys know that's how I like to do things. So the bigger the better. Then I'm cleaning up the edges with my Inglot Concealer, just to make sure we have a really sharp and precise edge of our eyeshadow and of our eyeliner, because I want this to be super clean, considering we have the cut crease going on our lid. Then I'm going in with my eBay eyelashes, and while the glue's getting tacky on those, I'm using my Rimmel Lash Accelerator Mascara, just to where my eyelashes, the real ones and the fake ones, blend together super well. Then after I have that coat of mascara on, while it's still a little bit wet, I'm going to press my false eyelashes on top of those, just to where everything blends, but they're not going to rip all my eyelashes out when I take them off. And also, it's going to keep our eyelashes cleaner, to where they last longer, and I don't have to use so many pairs so quickly. Then jumping onto my face, I'm using my Nivea Men's Post Shave Balm. You guys know I use this every single time I do my makeup. It is my favorite. I have super dry, very sensitive skin, and I've never had an issue with my makeup creasing or falling, and like I literally have no reason to switch my primer. I love it. Then I'm using my L'Oreal True Match foundation, and I'm using this on a slightly fluffier brush just to give us more of that airbrush look, get it a little bit more of a lighter coverage, but still keeping that just buffed out skin tone dealio that we've got going on. And this is the shade in W1. It's the lightest shade they have in their foundation range. That just tells you how pale I am. Oh goodness. And for concealer today, I'm using the same concealer I used on my eyes, the Inglot All Covered, and this is in the shade 11, again the lightest shade they have, and I'm using just dots on my face because this is probably the most coverage concealer I own. So I'm concealing my nose, my chin, and underneath my eyes, just to brighten up my face and to get rid of any dark circles. Then I'm going to set that with my Ben Nye Colorless Luxury Powder and using a dry Real Techniques sponge. Then going into my Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil Bronzer, I'm just going to bronze up my skin, and I'm going to go a little bit crazy with this because I do want this to be super dramatic because, you know, that's how I like to roll. So I'm just warming up the hollows of my cheek, my temples, and my jawline, and then I'm going into my Kat Von D contour palette and I'm chiseling out my cheekbones, and also I'm going to be contouring my nose as well. Then going into my Real Her blush palette, I'm taking the almost like brown toned like plum shade in the palette, and I'm just going to be popping that onto my cheeks. It's just going to tie in the tones that we have in our eyes to our face, where everything matches really, really well. And for my highlighter today, I'm actually going to wet down my brush for this because I want it to be super intense. And this is an e.l.f. highlighter. I can't remember the name of it, but it will be in the description box for you guys. And I like this one because it's got a slight pink tone to it, but again, it's got that champagne pop, so it's going to tie in what's on our lids to what's on our face. So I'm highlighting my cheekbones, my nose, my cupid's bow, and my chin, and I will switch brushes to highlight underneath my brow bone because I want to be dewy as fuck for this. Now moving back onto the eyes, I'm taking a very precise small smudging brush, and I'm using our shade Kenya that we use in our outer corner, and I am buffing out my eyeliner that's on my waterline and blending that into my lashes, and then I'm going over top with Jezebel, the purple tone that we use, and I am just going to be blending out those edges. So I'm actually going to go back in a couple times and layer this because I want this to be very smoky and very, very, very diffused, but I really want that purple to pop. Then I'm going in with my mascara, and I'm just giving a good coat to my lower eyelashes to where everything blends super well together, and then we will be moving on to the lips. And for lips today, I'm using my Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit Liquid Lipstick in Toffee Talk. And that is way too long of a name in my opinion. They really need to change that, but you know, I don't make the rules here. But this is one of my favorite liquid lipsticks, so if you haven't tried these liquid lipsticks, you absolutely have to. I love them so much, and they are dirt ass cheap. Like, you need them in your life if you have not tried them. Then to set my face, I'm using my aloe and cucumber and lavender facial spray, I believe, from Mario Badescu. It's one of my favorites, actually. I like this one and the rosewater one, but that is it for our look today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, as well as comment down below if there's any other looks you want me to do using this palette, or any other palette, for a matter of fact. Like, really, I'm open. But yeah, keep a lookout for my future videos, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. Also, make sure you check out all of my social media. I have Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Snapchat. All the names and links are in the description box, so you guys can check all of those out. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!